It's wet, windy, and bitterly cold. But people here are thankful to be alive. This is the Hassan Sham refugee camp, home to thousands who have fled the fighting in nearby Mosul between the Iraqi army and the terror group known as ISIL. For over 2 years, these people lived under ISIL's rule. They describe a life of harsh religious edicts, deprivations, and a constant fear that you or a loved one could be killed at any moment. Mahmoud Ahmed was a mechanic in Mosul. ISIL fighters accused him of being a spy. He was taken to an ISIL center and tortured for 2 days.
One day they came with pliers and tried to take my teeth out, but they just broke my teeth. All the time they kept asking me what I was doing. I can't believe I'm alive.
ISIL maintained order in Mosul by a steady stream of public executions and amputations for those accused of thievery.
At first it was very hard to see all those killings, but then when we see it every day and the cutting off of hands, it became normal.
Those caring for the refugees say many are suffering mental trauma, a result of life under the group.
They have been traumatized. So the problem here is the psychological problem. These people will, the effects of ISIS and the slaughtering and killing will have a very long-term effect on the psychology and the mentality of these people, especially the children. We have seen a lot of children playing here, and they create a man out of the mud, and then they slaughter the man.
For the thousands of displaced people, there are only around 12 psychologists available to help.
There are 9,000 stories in this tent city, memories of lives lived under ISIL's brutal rule. But even here in safety, some can't escape the group's terror.
The woman who calls herself Mother of Rahil fled Mosul 2 weeks ago. She tells us how her son-in-law was killed by ISIL, gunned down for being a policeman. He was shot in front of her daughter and grandchild. As we talk, her phone rings.
Hello?
It's her daughter and granddaughter still trapped in Mosul. At first, it's joy to hear her loved ones. Then panic. They tell her an ISIL sniper is outside their home, threatening to shoot if they leave. She can only hope that her family will soon join her in the cold and windy camp, free from the war and terror of life in Mosul. Toby, Muse, CCTV, Hassan Sham refugee camp, Iraq.